Hi Leo, and welcome to your March reading. This is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Midheaven, and or Venus. However, if you happen to click on this video, just felt the urge to see what this could all be about, do understand that you were definitely brought here for a reason. There is no such thing as a coincidence, okay? And so I hope you hear all that you need at this time, and definitely do subscribe before you leave, okay? So as far as this month and how your story can go, coming into March, you guys are feeling the energy of the Queen of Cups, followed by the Ten of Cups, and the Queen of Swords with the Three of Wands. Okay, I don't mean to laugh, but I did Pisces reading before you guys. I'm letting Spirit choose the order of which I do these readings in. And so, as I was shuffling the cards after I finished Pisces reading, I was thinking, who should I read for next? And Leo came up, and I don't know if it was because before I started their reading, the Strength card was at the bottom of the deck, or what have you, okay? But I just kept getting the urge to do the Leo reading. So I'm like, okay, so what's going on with the Leos, okay? And we have this spread, and I just think it's funny because in theirs, they had the Queen of Coins with the Ten of Coins. And here, you guys have the Queen of Cups with the Ten of Cups. So there is some mirroring going on. You might definitely be dealing with the Pisces. I do recommend that you check the video out once you're finished here. But if not dealing with the Pisces, this can be placements within yourself that need some deeper reflection or just a closer look at some more nurturing in that area, if you will. And who knows, part of this may be coming up because Mercury is in retrograde. So, maybe that house, which is all about communication and technology, maybe you have a water placement. And so when you speak, although you have good intentions, you mean the best, you mean to come off with tact and diplomacy. It can come off as overly sensitive. It can come off as even defensive. It can come off just a lot of different ways. It leaves a vague impression that can be interpreted in a billion ways if you have that type of placement. You may also be a little bit too abstract when you speak as well, which can also serve as like a source of the misunderstanding in general. Okay, it can go a lot of ways. But I'm also thinking that you're dealing with the Pisces because the Queen of Swords was their ending card. So there is some sort of tug of war between you and another person that you have deep feelings for. I feel like you guys are in the most vulnerable space that you've been in a while in regards to partnership and love. And it's something that has definitely caught you off guard, and it makes you want to put even heavier walls up. But that's not going to do anything but work to your disadvantage. It's going to work against you by you having this resistance that's built up. There can just be some tension between you and somebody that you love. Reason being because when they fight, they don't necessarily fight fair. And so that can be the thing. Your person does not fight fair, is a little bit more harsh in the way that they fight, instead of coming from a place of love, unconditional love, instead of coming from a more sensitive and nurturing place. Now, again, if this is nobody that you're dealing with, this can be on an internal level. The ego, right, and the soul are at war right now, and you need to figure out a way to calm those waters. Very literally, because coming into the second and the third week, what came up for you guys was the Temperance card, followed by the Three of Swords, followed by the Four of Wands, and the King of Wands with the Tower, leading into the end of March. Also, bottom of the deck, you have the King of Cups. So again, there are divine counterparts here at play, soul mates, if you will, twin flames, if you will. This is learning how to agree to disagree in times of conflict. This is also learning how to be patient with the other person's heart and the wounds that they're trying to mend themselves from their own trauma. Or maybe just in the way that they hurt themselves, because sometimes that's the case. We take something the wrong way than how, again, it was intended to come out or come across, and then we are offended. So this can be dealing with being easily offended here. Again, if I did not already mention that you guys have to resolve within yourself, or that needs to be resolved in a partnership. And I know it's a lot easier to love someone when you know what it is that they've been through. But if you don't know this information, this can be a great learning lesson here with this Tower card that comes at the end of the month. And with this King of Wands here at the end of the month. Everybody has an edge, okay? That's what I'm hearing. Everybody has an edge. And so don't push somebody when they are being close to being at that tipping point. Don't cause more drama and stress upon somebody that you are supposed to have love and care for. Find that middle ground with this Four of Wands energy. Four is all about Cancer's house, which is the fourth house, which speaks about home and security, also about confidence, but also about social conditioning. Again, when you don't understand what somebody's background is, you can't understand why they react in certain manners that they do. It's not something that you can really predict. Again, this can be within yourself. Healing your inner child, or taking a look at all of the physical pain that you've had to endure in your life, and how that has shaped you to be who you are, but how also you plan to break out of who you have been. If this is not somebody kind of calling you out again on your ego and on your behavior and the way that you act, this can also be about control. And I'm only saying that because in the Temperance card, he's kind of manipulating the two spheres. So you can't try to play puppeteer to all of the events in your life. You can't try to force two things that are just opposing of each other together as well. But you can have an appreciation for both as they are. If you guys are upset by anything though this month, don't make a rash decision. Don't make any decisions that are based off of emotions and the way that you feel in one moment. Just wait for the answers this month. That is what I'm getting here with this Temperance card and the connectedness. You'll know what's right. You'll know when to go. This is also being present. But yeah, definitely in regards to love, I do just feel like these are growing pains. And that's what I'm hearing. This is normal. Maybe this feels unfamiliar to you. It's not always going to smell like roses or look like that fairy tale picture of bliss that you see yourself having. Because sometimes you guys expect nothing less than perfection. What's perfect for you? What's right for you? Because perfect in itself doesn't exist. A flaw exists in all things. Okay, you have to understand that. You know that if you know yourself. You know that no matter how great you try to be, that there are still some messed up, effed up parts about you. And yeah, you're going to fall short sometimes. But oversight and that ignorance that is bliss mentality can sometimes be such a beautiful thing. Because then you get to learn in what you don't like and what does not feel good all the time. You're always going to be disappointed if you put your hope in people, if you put too much hope and faith in people, put that in your higher self, put that in the universe, that all things are conspiring to help you achieve and acquire all the things that you desire on a soul level, that you want to feel, that you want to see in this experience. And then when it comes time for you to tell the story, how it just beautifully comes together, you know, through, again, these growing pains and certain things falling apart, and people telling you about yourself, and you telling yourself about yourself and what it is that you know you need to work on. Your best you is depending on the you that you are now. You have to mean everything that you are doing right now. You have to be intentional with what you're doing right now. Okay, with this Wands energy, you don't have time to be reckless right now. Not on a consistent level, okay? Not in a way that produces a pattern of immaturity, okay? You guys at this point, you've been places, right? There is some sort of elevation here. There is some sort of conscious awareness here. Some sort of spiritual awakening that is going on here within you and or around you. And those are things that you can be seeing or feeling this month, and how that gives you the courage to do the same for yourself if you haven't gotten to that point yet. But there's something that wells up within you that you just can't deny, be it romantic feelings, be it just, again, on a personal level, and where the depths of yourself that you're trying to get to and understand better, right? To sort of piece together, but not in a way to where you're like forcing anything to be that isn't. Even in a partnership, you're together, but you are not one as far as your flesh merging. You know, you guys are not responsible for each other and each other's happiness. You can only mirror, again, that back to each other, because you already have that within. You know, if your soul and your ego have been going at it, why can't you guys just agree to disagree in the same space? You can coexist without having to lose one part of self, okay? Without having to lose self in the self of somebody else, because you're putting, again, too much into another person, another being. It's just you, right? I am that I am you, right? We are one, but we just look different on a physical level with these eyes and this experience and what we choose to also see, because beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, right? So that's really what's coming through. Just be a little bit more flexible and just bend, okay? Become a little bit more adaptive in the month of March. And I'm also getting that looking at the Temperance card. You know, water takes the shape of the object it rests in. So just be a little bit more mutable and just flow in the month of March. Allow the high rise tides to come against you, you know, the little harsh waves to come against you. Let it crash, and it will recede back out eventually, you know. It's a time of purification, upheaval, with Mercury being retrograde. A lot of things coming to light, okay, subconsciously as well, and those desires that you have. So there's a lot that's happening in this month, and just make sure that you have a brace, you know, a firm stance on who you are and your convictions, your beliefs, things that maybe haven't served you, and what you're allowing to wash out, you know, once the tide goes back out. So work on that this month. But that's what I have for you guys. If what I said did resonate, give me a thumbs up. Share this with your friends and family. Subscribe for more, of course. Why wouldn't you? And if you need to delve a little bit more deeper into these energies that you are feeling at this time, you can definitely hit me up. I will leave my email here, as well as in the description box for you at your discretion. If I don't speak to you in the comments, or you don't book with me, then I will talk to you for the mid-monthlies.